Hey guys, want to bring you another YouTube video. Obviously on Monday I put out, as a former banker, what I thought about SVB, Silicon Valley Bank. And so obviously in that video I said there's a domino effect, obviously with two banks that failed in that sense. So obviously today was a big day of some more dominoes that fell. um, First Republic Bank is now downgraded to junk. So I don't know if that's going to make a difference of them being saved at this point. Because if you're downgraded to junk, usually it's not very looking very promising. Especially, yeah, they had bounced back yesterday, but it doesn't look like they're going to bounce back. I think long term, if you're going to be downgraded to junk, and also, how are depositors going to react to that type of news? Are they going to continue to withdraw? So that's one thing I would be concerned for First Republic Bank. Then the biggest news, or one of the biggest news, was with Credit Suisse. Sinks as the biggest backer is not going to provide any new funds. So obviously that sounds almost like what happened to Silicon Valley Bank, where they're not going to be able to back, or having raised enough capital in that sense. So, but then another headline I saw was that Swiss National Bank pledges to support for Credit Suisse. So we'll see, if that's going to happen. I would say, obviously, it sounds like there is some cracks around certain banks around the world. And so potentially we could see that ripple effect, like I said, from 2008. Um, and again, that's where I kind of predicted it's usually a domino effect. So we don't know how long this domino effect will last, or um, when it will end and all that. But that's where eventually I think there could be some good buying opportunities. We just don't know when. Obviously, I can't say, or predict. No one could predict that. But I mean, obviously, the Feds knew raising interest rates would have to affect someone. We knew that, obviously, mortgage industry. Not everybody's getting mortgages, so it is one of the lowest application run right now. Especially, it's supposed to be coming up pretty soon with spring, pretty busy for summer because most people move during summer when kids are off. So it's going to be very interesting. Like I said, what other domino effects, and it sounds like this could be part of it. Because remember how fast some of the things happen, and we weren't sure how long. So it's almost like history repeating itself from 2008. Um, and so we'll be watching the Feds next week to see how they're going to react to the Swiss, Credit Suisse Bank. How they're going to react to it, and if they're going to react also to First Republic Bank now that they're considered junk, um, and see if and how they're going to stabilize it, because obviously raising the rates so fast kind of killed some of these company banks. And we'll see if any of them is going to be bought out or anything like that at this point with their assets. But yeah, let me know what you think. Yeah, like I said, I think there's going to be some more. This is just the news, but I feel like there might be a bank or two that's still going to fail, and something happened around globally because we're all tied together. So I can't imagine, just Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank being the only ones affected at this point. I think it's going to be more the regional, depending on what they invest in and how much assets they put into bonds. Because usually bonds are supposed to be one of the safest, and it will be interesting, how many of them invested, especially pensions and stuff like that. That's one of the concerns, since bonds are the ones that are usually invested because it's supposed to be safe. So go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already, so that way more people could see this. Like I said, I wasn't surprised what happened with Silicon Valley Bank, because it was the doing of the feds and printing so much money. Inflation goes up, obviously, then you got to slow down. So it's a ripple effect. It's very hard to juggle and teeter, to balance. It's a balancing act. My best analogy would be like, for the feds, you're a police officer and you're the robber. Pretty much, you're trying to stop the person, but you're the robber, and obviously, you're going to have a hard time to balance both acts in that sense. So again, go ahead and hit that like button so that way more people can see this, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. Together we could build better tomorrow. Thanks again.